But again, if all these mugs again, clear it all up, I'll say it once again, if you don't like me that much, there's a barn at the side here, step in it with me. Lock us in, and the best man will walk out, no holds barred. But again, a disclaimer, serious harm, can I care, or will I care? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, tossers.
Hey, how are you all doing on this Monday evening? Hope you're all well out there. So, I guess you've all seen the Crankpots returned again with another interview on Seconds Out. This was from Saturday. Salute to whoever said it, and salute to you, Anand, for putting it in the chat. But, yeah, the Crankpots returned again, offering Carl Froch or any man a fight for no money. Anyone who wants it, come to his house. He's got a barn at the side of his house. You'll go in, you'll lock the door, he'll wipe the floor with you, and then send you packing. And he fucking said he was going to put a sign on the door saying hazardous conditions or something like that. But, I mean, where does this nearly 60-year-old man spouting his big fat mouth off, saying he's the toughest man in the UK and he'll have a fight with this and have a fight with that and they'll this, that and the third, and then he don't fight anyone. Just like his son. He's a blatant liar. 100 and 0 on the hard road with no evidence. 100 by way of. Beat the Irish knuckle champion in the 90s for 100 grand, but can't remember the guy's name for the life of him. The man's an absolute fantasist. He's a crankpot. He's a sausage. He's a weapon. He's a few butties short of a picnic, whatever you want to call him. But John Fury, go away. Bore off. We don't want to see you no more. You're saying that you live off the land. You've got no money. You don't need money. You just live a simple life. Then you're offering people fights like Carl Froch and Mike Tyson and all these other people who you say you won't fight. Then you're on Seconds Out saying, at the start saying you'll fight anyone for no money. They come to your house, you put them in the barn, you'll give them a good hiding and send them packing. And then you're saying that these fight people can't afford you because you're not asking for thousands, you're asking for millions if they want to fight you out in Saudi. Like Joe Egan's been calling you out and Mickey Theo has for years, and you've never thrown a punch. But according to you, they need to pay you millions to fight you. You sat there and said that no one's interested in retired fighters. Well, when did you retire? Because no one's seen you throw a punch for years. And nobody wants to see you and Carl Froch. For the life of God, the love of God, sorry, does this man honestly think that he's gonna beat Carl Froch? Froch would wipe the floor with you. You're off your fucking head, mate. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. It's cringy as fuck. You're talking shit saying that anyone comes to your barn, you'll knock them out and all this shit. Then you're saying you don't need money. Then you want to be fighting for millions. These people need to fight you for millions. You're a man of your word, yet you've never thrown a punch. You're a duster fantasist like your son. Your son holds a world title and doesn't want to fight anyone. These Furies are just absolute crankpots, the fucking lot of them. You've got one who's ducking everyone and holding up the division. The other one what's a raving lunatic calling out all fighters and people who he wants to fight, but then never backs it up. And then you go on to say that people hate the Furies. There's a hate campaign against them now. Well, I'm not being funny, John, but you're not doing yourself any favours, are you? Then you come out say on Seconds Out that you're not going to do any more of these videos calling out people. You can't help it. You said this last year. I made a video over a year ago about you last summer. And you're again doing it. You just can't help yourself. Like I've always said, the quicker these Furies are out of boxing, the better. The absolute better. Because I don't want them around in boxing. They're a laughing stock. They're just making themselves look absolute weapons. John Fury's just an absolute bellend. That's all he is. He's just a bellend. He's a bully and he's a bellend. He talks pure shit, just like his son, and never backs it up. So, John, do us all a favour, mate, and piss off. Because nobody on God's living earth wants to see you fight Carl Froch, or nobody wants to see. Some people might want to see you have a fight because some people will laugh at you getting bombed out, but you're just a fucking old senile fool. That's all you are. You're just senile. You're cringy, you're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing your sons. The quicker you're out of boxing or off TV, whatever, YouTube or social media, whatever, the quicker you're gone, the better. So stop trying and pull the wool over everyone's eyes, John Fury. You're not a fighting man. You're not a fighting man. And there's no evidence of you ever having a fight apart from beating up a 10-stone wimp and pulling his eyes out. But do us all a favour and fucking jog on.